What's up, everyone? It's me on my futon, as per usual. So it is the end of the semester, and I know a lot of college students are driving home for winter break. I personally just drove for Thanksgiving break, not driving myself home, but I went to go visit some friends in Missouri, which is 2 states away. And the drive there, I was by myself. The drive back, I had a friend with me, but while I was driving, I thought, there's some good tips that I've just learned from driving a couple times to and from Missouri, so that it's a couple hours worth of driving either way, and especially if you're by yourself, there's some good things to do or not to do. And so since people will be driving to go home for Christmas break, I thought maybe why not make a video about some tips for road traveling as you're getting ready to go home. So here's my helpful little tips. Number 1, bring a phone charger for your vehicle. Very important, especially if you are using your phone as your GPS, which is I think what most people do nowadays. I know most college students have a smartphone or an Android, and so they have that capability on there. So that's going to drain the power on your phone pretty quickly. So make sure that you bring a phone charger for your car, because if you have to buy one from the gas station, it's going to be twice as much to do it. Trust me. Number 2, bring some snacks and some drinks in your vehicle before you leave. Like, get them from the dollar store, get them from Walmart, from the grocery store, but get them before you leave so that you don't have to buy them at the gas station, because the gas station always raises the price way higher than what you would pay at the dollar store or at Walmart or grocery store, because they know that you are stuck in the middle of nowhere and you are hungry and you want something quick to eat and you don't have very many options. So they kind of raise the price on you because of that. So be smarter and bring some with you, and that way you can bring your favorite stuff. If you have somebody in the car with you, you can share, or you cannot share. That is entirely up to you. But then that way you're not hungry, you're not thirsty, you're not broke, you're not cranky. Number 3, since it is winter time, I know some places it's probably not all that cold. In southern Indiana right now, it's like in the 30s. I'm not a fan of it. So if you're driving in the winter time and there is snow and there is ice, make sure that you have a scraper in your vehicle to clean off your windshield and your windows. During Thanksgiving break, when I left to go visit my friends, I left super early in the morning and everything was very much frozen and covered in ice. And then I had to stand out there and felt like I was sawing, trying to get the ice off of it. Thankfully, I had a scraper though. Even better, if you can find I can't think of what the actual name of it is, de-icer, I think is what it's called, a de-icer spray. You can get it at Walmart, but it's a spray, and you spray it on the ice, and it magically melts the ice right before your eyes off of your windshield. And then you don't have to scrape nearly as much, and it is such a blessing. So, get a scraper. Even better, get de-icer. Next, have a plan for getting gas, if at all possible. If you have driven this route before and you kind of know whereabouts the bigger cities are, those are going to be your best options to stop for gas. For myself, driving from Indiana to Missouri, there's one stretch of about an hour and a half where there is not anything at all. You can't just pick an exit and go off and magically find a gas station to get your gas. So when I drive, I always have it in mind that even if at that moment when I get to that certain town, I don't necessarily need to stop for gas, I stop anyway and I fill up, because I know the next time that I'm going to get to a gas station, it's going to be a while and I don't know how much gas I'm going to have by then. So it's better to go ahead, stop, and fill up especially if you know there's not gonna be another gas station for a while. Or if you're just unsure but you know there's a gas station right there, go ahead and do it. Make sure that you stop so that you can stretch and just get up and wake up. It is a wonderful way to fight against fatigue, especially if you're driving by yourself and you need to make sure that you keep yourself awake. Take the opportunity to get out and stretch. They're usually rest stops. As soon as you drive across a state line border, they will almost always have a rest stop on the other side of the border for you so that you can stop, get out, stretch, use the restroom if you need to, break out a bottle of water out of your trunk, whatever. But take those opportunities to make sure that you stay awake, stay alert, and then you're not going to have nearly all of the aches and cramps in your back, and your shoulders, and your hips, and your neck. Tires. Know how to change your tires. I might have blown my tire coming back during Thanksgiving. It was actually on Thanksgiving that I blew my tire. We almost made it completely back to where my friend, we were meeting up with her dad so that her dad could take her the rest of the way home. And just outside the exit where we were going to meet him, I blew my tire. And thankfully, it was on a day that it was like 55 degrees outside, and it was like 11 o'clock in the afternoon because we had left Missouri super early in the morning. And so it was the best time to blow a tire. And her dad happened to be 5 minutes away because he was coming to meet us. So he just came over and helped me change the tire. I've been taught how to change a tire. I've never actually had to change a tire. It's a completely different thing between knowing it and actually having to do it. Also, we found out that my car, the tires have a locking lug nut. It's different from all the other lug nuts, specifically so that nobody can steal my tires, which that's great, but I didn't know that my tire had that, and that there was a separate piece in my glove compartment that I needed to be able to take off that last lug nut to switch out the tire. So that was good to know, or figure out. We had to figure it out because I had no idea. Also, thankfully, it was the exit right outside of town that had a Walmart, which is one of the only places open on Thanksgiving, and probably the only automotive place open on Thanksgiving, to put a new tire on my car. So, be better prepared than I was. And maybe don't drive on Thanksgiving just in case you need an auto repair place. Medication. If at all possible, make sure that you pack ibuprofen, Benadryl if you have allergy issues, Pepto-Bismol, anything else you think you may need, because it is so much easier to just pull over and get it out of your bag and take it than to stop at a gas station and pay $3 for 2 pills. Neck pillows. Neck pillows are amazing. I have one around here somewhere. Actually, it might be in my car. I think it's in my car. It's in my car. Anyway, neck pillows are great. Usually you get them if you are flying on an airplane, but it's also really nice to have it if you are going to be driving a car for several hours because it supports your neck, and then you will be less likely to have a whole lot of neck cramps. Drive in the daylight. My friends and I were trying to figure out what our plan was for me driving there, and originally we were like, oh, I can just drive like in the middle of the night, and so then that way I can have more time to spend with my friends there, which is a wonderful sentiment. But then I thought, I'm driving by myself several hours in the middle of the night. What if something happens? Which on the way back, guess what? I popped my tire. So good thing that I decided to drive in the daylight. Drive in the daylight as much as possible. For me, that meant leaving at like 6:30 in the morning, and then I left at 4:30 in the morning to come back. I was tired, but I was very thankful that I decided to drive in the daytime, especially because you don't know what's going to happen. And if you are a female driving by yourself, it's much better to stop someplace, in the daytime than at nighttime. Generally speaking, that's just kind of common sense. Dress comfortably. If you're going to be driving for a while, honestly, if you're stopping just at gas stations, nobody's gonna really care what you're wearing. Have you seen what people wear to Walmart? You're probably okay to wear pajama pants, sweatpants, slippers. I drove to and from Missouri wearing a panda onesie because I was cold, and it is the warmest and most comfortable item of clothing that I own. And sure, I probably got a lot of weird looks when I went into the gas stations wearing a panda onesie, but you know what? I was warm and I was comfortable, so I didn't care. So that's basically all I have. Those are your travel tips. Please be safe while you're driving home for your breaks, and I hope that all of you have safe travels and a wonderful Christmas with your family and friends. Peace out.